Good evening. Good evening. Hello, everyone. Today's episode will be just a reflection and a conversation about working in a new country or in a new job and five key things that I've been thinking about now that I have been 3 months away from the job that I've had for 20 years and in a new job and in a new country. And it really started with a conversation that I had with a coworker, one of my colleagues actually that was a part of my interview process. He said very honestly and directly to me. He said, "I've been waiting for you to show up." And I was like, "Damn, what you talking about?" He was like, "The person that I met through that interview process was super confident, super sure of herself, super knowledgeable, and I've been waiting." And this is not a criticism. This is just something that has been percolating for him, and he's been saying to me, "Where you at?" And so, before I get into that conversation, let me introduce you to the channel. I'm Dr. Davia. Welcome to Not All the Things. This is a space for success-driven, mature women of color where we talk about ways to balance work life, wellness, and wine. And tonight, this conversation is all wellness, if you ask me. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It's free, and it tells the algorithm to send you content like this to other folks who are similar to you and who might enjoy this. And if you are coming back, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get these times right. No more 8 o'clock, because I got to get ready and go to work. But 7:30 is what I'm shooting for. Clearly, when I'm traveling, I'm uploading videos. And if you missed my movement vlog, my husband did an amazing job at just putting all of that footage together. So please check that out. And today, I won't be long, but I do have 5 key things that you should think about when you're starting this new journey that you're on, or new job. Even if you're not going to a new country, but if you are taking on a new job in a new space, in a new environment, these are some things that I think can be helpful. Okay? All right. I want to just make sure my sound is good. I think so. So, the first thing that I would say that is really standing out for me is cultural awareness is everything in a new workspace. And so every workplace has its own rhythm. It's shaped by the culture, the local culture. It's shaped by how people communicate, how they flow, the feedback that's given, how the meetings are run. They all look very different. I'm used to having a meeting where there's snacks, where we have all kinds of goodies, where you have fidgets, where you have things where if you need to refocus, there's stuff there for you. And when we have meetings here, they're very different. I don't want to say quick. They're not quick, but they're very direct. There's no little chit chat at the beginning. And so I've been slowing them down a little bit, and I've been like, let's check in with each other. Let's start with the heart, and let's start with the people, because we do the work. And so you have to really spend some time sitting back. I've spent months kind of observing and listening and trying to make sense of how things are flowing. And so finally, I would say I'm deciding to put my flavor in the space, right? But for those of you who are starting new, be aware of the cultural norms and be aware of how things are flowing, how people are communicating, what's the tone. Watch, sit back, look, and then jump in, jump all the way in. That is number one. Okay. Number two, clarify expectations early and show yourself. Show yourself. What do I mean by that? I mean, show up, as my colleague said, show up the way they met you. And that has not been easy. I understand my role, clarifying my expectations. I know what my job title is, right? I know what I'm expected to do. But this really is about setting some norms and letting folks know what it is you will be doing and what you are going to be prioritizing. So, for example, I do a lot of traveling local, in a sense, different places in Thailand and also in Vietnam. And when I travel, I don't come into the office on a Monday, right? If I travel the whole weekend, you're not going to see me on a Monday. Now, luckily, our office, we don't have to come in on a Monday. We come in on a Tuesday, but we do move days around. And I've been very clear to say, if I'm doing all this traveling, I need a day to get myself together and back into the work. And so I've said to my line manager, you will not see me after a long travel. I need to readjust. I've also stated that on holidays, big holidays, I will be back with my family. So that means I will be back in the States. So please don't make a major meeting where you are requiring all of the heads to be someplace, like on December 15th, when you know I'm not going to be here on December 15th. I will join you through video, because that is the wonder of video, but I will not be showing up. And so, not that that has taken time, but I think that's just years of experience, that once you get into a role, you cannot be afraid to double check the priorities, to speak up, and to show your full self, right? And so you were hired, you are capable, so show up, right? And be yourself. And so when my colleague said to me, I've been waiting for you, I was like, oh yeah, I understand exactly what you mean, because I have been pensive, which is really not my way, but I have been taking a step back, and I have been seeing the surroundings and trying to figure out where I fit in and how I fit in, right? And so a lot of it has been, everything has been so new. New language, new culture, new home, new job, new support staff, very little, new, just new ways of being and ways of working. And so I really have been, just kind of sitting back. And so clarifying expectations early and showing your true self is a way for people to just embrace who you are right off at the top. Okay. Number 3. Build relationships inside and outside of work. And I'm pretty sure I've introduced you all to Now. This is one of my coworkers that, if we're not always eating lunch together as a team, this is the person that I will hang out with. This is the person who is offered to take me around. She takes me to different places within our complex so that I can figure out how to order my food. And so we just have a wonderful time, just kind of getting to know each other and also networking. She is more of support within. And so connecting with her, she's local, but she's lived abroad, she's studied abroad. And so we have our team lunch together. We have our, she gives me an insight when I don't know what's going on in the office and everyone's kind of talking and yelling. I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, no, it's fine. Everything's good. Folks are just, talking about this. So she helps me to kind of feel connected and gives me some insight. And so we have to do that. And then we have to continue to build networks outside of our job, but local, community, expat, whatever makes you comfortable. And I've said that before. I've talked about being in community, I've talked about having a community here. And so building the relationships inside and outside of work, I think, is definitely something I've been reflecting on that's really helping me to feel grounded. And I will say, making sure you are putting yourself out there, and doing the work that needs to be done. So, number one, cultural awareness is everything. Number two, clarify expectations early and show up as your true self. And number three, build relationships inside and outside of work. Number four, give yourself time to adjust. It's only been 3 months, and yet the pressure, and I don't know, we've had a conversation about Black excellence before in the past, but the pressure is self-induced, right? There's no reason for pressure when you have moved wherever you've moved. Even if you're staying local, it's a new job, it's a new gig. You have to learn the place. You have to give yourself some time, right? And so I know that, and yet I'm still hoping to just know how to flow. I'm still trying to get to work on time, catch the tuk-tuk, get the train, walk down, check in, and then we all go for tea, right? So, or then we all go for coffee. So I'm just still getting the flow of it. And I am saying to myself daily, give yourself time to adjust, take it all in, and have patience and grace for yourself. So no matter what the role is, no matter what job you are taking or going to, no matter if it's in country or out of country, give yourself time to adjust. Everything is new. Everything. All right. And that fifth and final one, stay curious and flexible. Things are going to be done differently. Sometimes it'll surprise you, sometimes it won't. Instead of resisting, lean in and learn. It may not be the way you're used to. That's okay. Flexibility is your best friend, especially if you're living abroad. There's always something new. There's always a challenge. There's always something like, well, wait a minute. What's going on here? So I would just say, stay curious, stay flexible, and lean in. Every challenge is a chance to grow. Right? It's just different. It's not better. There's no value judgment. It's not anything like that. You just have to stay curious and you have to be flexible. So those are the 5. I don't know if there's anybody in the space today. Let me see. Well, maybe. I don't see anyone, but that doesn't mean you're not here. That happens all the time. All right, well, those are my 5 things to keep in mind when you are starting a new job. If you're starting a new job in a new country, if you found this helpful in any way, go ahead, give it a like. But before you go, or before I go, let me just give you a peek of my office. So here is me in the office. Here I am in our co-working space. And when I do get up and look out, I see this beautiful temple, or I see folks who inspire me to walk. There is a walking path, and when you want to take a break, you can get up and do so. but it's hot out there. Oh, okay, I do see. Okay, I got the little comments together. So, um, hey, hey, Wendy. Yes, even here, there's pressure at your existing job because of changing roles and rules. Absolutely, girl. You have never said it better. Even if you are not moving to another country, even if you're not taking a new job somewhere else, there is a lot of upskilling going on. There is a lot of pressure to do some new things. And you have to give your, again, I'm always going to say give yourself grace. The pressure's on, but it's how you take it on, right? It's how you feel about that pressure and how you move with that pressure. So, yes, you are right. And then, hello, Tracy. Oh, thank you. You know what? I have been really reflecting on this, really trying to make sense of what those feelings are that I'm kind of wrestling with in my new space. I want to be, everyone wants to be successful in their role, but it is really about not just being successful, but really understanding the cultural norms and being responsive to what's happening around you and showing up for yourself. So I know that that's something that I have to work through, so to speak. And so usually I show up and I'm like, yep, I'm feeling like I got this. And here I haven't really, I'm just now, I keep saying I'm getting my sea legs under me, and my sea legs are planted, and now I'm starting to like show up. So good. Oh yes, Annette. How are you? Oh, it is a beautiful space. But I have to tell you, when there are 10 people in that space and everyone is talking, it's a little bit crazy in there. It is really a little bit bonkers. But it's nice because you can walk away. There are all these like shops on the second floor, and there's a food court and a cafe. It's lovely. It has a Google space also, where you can like, there are resting pods, and it's crazy. I can go there at 8 and be there until 8 and not even think about it. Oh yeah. Yes, the sun. There's a lot of sunlight because there's a lot of light, and I actually thrive with that. I thrive. So this is a picture of my regional learning team. These are other regional learning directors, one from the Middle East, one from Malaysia, actually two from the Middle East, one from Malaysia, and then my DCLO is in the middle. That's Liz, and she has been amazing. This is the smaller learning team, and then my team in the office is much bigger. Don't have a picture of them yet as a group, but we will be having a retreat in 2 weeks, and I'm finally in my sweet spot because that's what I know. I know I can do and do well. So I will be helping to organize it and just really helping to facilitate that experience and make it a learning experience that makes sense for me, and hopefully makes sense for them. I'm just going to really add a little extra love to it so that it doesn't just feel like business as usual. Um, I'm going to bring a little, as we say, Bank Street flair to it. And so I'm excited about that. And so these, again, are the 5 things. Excuse me. Let me just add some water. And then the last little slide, I just have to give a little shout out to my family who in um, met me in London because I was at a conference, and I just had to bring them into the space because If it wasn't for them, I really would not be able to do what I'm doing right now. And so that is the other thing, is to keep family close. To me, that's the bonus. Always think about those 5 key things in your new space, but to keep family and friends close, right? Wendy asked, where are we going? Well, we're going to Bangkok. We're not really going. We're going to the Intercontinental Hotel, and it is, it's a hotel. It's a really beautiful hotel. And folks who live in Vietnam and other places, they will come and they will join us, and we will be doing some activities here. It really is more like strategic planning and prioritizing. It's not a full retreat, but we are going to go bowling because I talked them into bowling. I really didn't want to do karaoke. I was like, please, I'm a terrible singer. Can we not do karaoke? Yeah, so we're staying local. Well, it's local for me. It was not local for everybody who's coming. There are folks coming from Vietnam, folks coming from different parts of Thailand, from Phuket, from Pattaya, all converging in Bangkok just for 2 days. And we'll be at the Intercontinental, and we'll be doing all kinds of vision, goal setting, and just focusing on the work that we have at hand. We have a small region. There's like 5 schools. And some of the other regions have 11 schools, 12 schools. They're just growing, and we're not there yet. And we need to center learning. So I'm excited about that because I can actually show up as my full self. Yes. Yes, I am so happy we had time to spend together. It was awesome. It just fuels me, and I can go another 6 to 8 weeks before I see them again. So it's exactly what I needed. And hopefully it's exactly what they needed. I hope. Yes. Oh, thanks, Trace. Franklin's are looking good. They're coming along. We're doing our thing. But yes, I really just wanted to share these 5 key things because they've been on my mind, and the longer I'm here, the more I'm trying to reflect on what's making sense for me and what could be useful for someone else. Again, I totally agree with you, Wendy. It doesn't have to be that you're changing jobs. In your own current job, these things are viable. So thank you for that. But if you are moving abroad, or if you are starting a new job, just keep these very practical tips. Cultural awareness is everything. Clarifying your expectations early. Let them know. Show up as your full self. Build relationships inside and outside of work. That will keep you going. Give yourself time and grace to adjust. And then stay curious and flexible, because listen, if you're not curious and if you're not flexible, you're going to be frustrated and it's not going to feel good. So that is it for this week. Thank you guys for showing up. I really appreciate you all. I want to cheers you. All right. Cheers. And remember not to do all the things. And I just wanted to share 2 Post-it notes that I use each morning. I'm present, anchored, and ready. And show up great today. And so these are reminders for me. And if you don't give yourself affirmations, go ahead and think about giving yourself an affirmation. It will help you. It will push you through the day. And I just want to say thanks. Have a good one, everyone. Bye.